The gloves are off on Capitol Hill, and the tension just hit a breaking point. Welcome back to the channel, where we break down the most explosive moments in U.S. politics today. We are talking about a hearing that turned from illegal testimony into a shouting. It involves a former police officer, a GOP lawmaker, and the ghost of January 6th. The setting, a House Judiciary Committee hearing on Thursday. The witness, Jack Smith, the former special prosecutor who led investigations into Donald Trump. But the headline wasn't just Smith's testimony, it was what happened in the audience. Republican Representative Troy Nehls of Texas was at the center of the storm. Nehls attempted to shift the blame for the Capitol riot away from the former president. He stated clearly, "I can tell you, gentlemen, that the fault does not lie with Donald Trump." Instead, Nehls pointed the finger at the U.S. Capitol leadership team. He claimed they had the intelligence and failed to act, suggesting a high propensity for violence. Sitting just feet away was Michael Fanone, former D.C. Metropolitan Police officer. Fanone wasn't just a spectator, he was a survivor of that violent day. He was dragged into the mob, beaten, suffered a heart attack during the riot. As Nehls spoke, Fanone's frustration reached a boiling point. After a loud, pointed cough to grab attention, Fanone shouted two words. He told the congressman, "F*** K yourself." The room went still for a second, as the weight of that confrontation set in. Fanone wasn't alone. He was flanked by three other officers who defended the Capitol. O'Keefe O'Connell, Harry Dunn, and Daniel Hodges were all in attendance. All four have become prominent critics of Donald Trump since the insurrection. This wasn't just a random outburst. It was a raw display of the trauma still felt by law enforcement. Representative Nehls, however, didn't back down, continuing his defense of Trump. Meanwhile, Jack Smith sat at the witness table, making his first ever public appearance. Smith expressed his own shock at the events of January 6th. He warned the committee about catastrophic, ongoing threats to American democracy. His message was simple. A failure to hold people accountable sends a dangerous message. Smith argued that if crimes aren't prosecuted, society essentially accepts them. This, he warned, endangers election workers and the very foundation of the country. But the hearing was more than just legal theory. It was a political battlefield. GOP lawmakers used the time to grill Smith on what they call political persecutions. They pointed to the failed nature of his previous cases against Trump. On the other side, Democrats highlighted the bravery of the officers in the room. The clash between Fanone and Nehls perfectly captures the deep divide in the U.S. today. One side sees a security failure by leadership. The other sees a criminal incitement by a president. Fanone has been vocal for years about the gaslighting he feels from certain politicians. He believes that downplaying the violence is an insult to the officers who bled that day. Representative Nehls, a veteran and former sheriff himself, stands by his assessment. He argues that the Capitol was left vulnerable by those in charge of its defense. This hearing took place amid a flurry of other massive news stories. We are seeing a potentially historic winter storm slamming the U.S. right now. There's also major drama regarding new ICE policies and home entries without warrants. Even Trump's lawsuit against J.P. Morgan is making waves in the financial sector. But the raw emotion in the House Judiciary room overshadowed almost everything else. It reminds us that January 6th is not just a date in a history book for those involved. For Michael Fanone, it is a lived experience that carries a heavy price. His outburst was a rejection of the political narrative. Being pushed by the GOP, it was a moment of real life interrupting the scripted nature of a congressional. Hearing the video of the incident has already gone viral, sparking debates across social media. Some call Fanone a hero for speaking truth to power. Others call him unprofessional. But regardless of where you stand, you can feel the intensity of the moment. Jack Smith's presence added a layer of legal gravity to the political theater. He stood by his work, emphasizing that accountability is a must for saving democracy. He spoke about the risks taken by election workers who are now under constant threat. The hearing lasted hours, but the exchange with Fanone is what people will remember. It highlights the personal toll of political violence on the front. Mine's Representative Nehls has not yet issued a formal response to the officer's comment. But the divide between the blue line and the Republican Party has never looked wider. This is a story about memory, accountability, and the struggle for the truth. Was it a security failure or a criminal conspiracy? The debate continues. But for the men who were in the tunnels of the Capitol, the answer is personal. We are seeing the 2026 political cycle start with these same old wounds reopened. With Trump still at the center of the political universe, these clashes aren't ending. The House Judiciary Committee remains a flashpoint for these cultural and legal wars. We all be keeping a close eye on the fallout from Jack Smith's testimony. Will his warnings about democracy lead to any new legislative action? Or was this just another round of partisan grandstanding? The presence of the January 6th officers ensures that the human element isn't lost. They serve as a living reminder of the stakes involved in these discussions. Fanon's two-word message to Nels was a cry of defiance. It was a moment that stripped away the honorary titles and got to the heart of the anger. Make sure to check out the links in the description for the full transcript of the hearing. We've also got maps and charts on that historic winter storm moving in. What do you think? Is Fanon right to speak up? Or was he out of line? Let us know in the comments below. We want to hear your take on this. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into US politics. We're tracking every move on Capitol Hill, from redistricting to the next Fed chair. The 2026 election cycle is already heating up, and we are here for all of it. Thanks for watching and staying informed in these polarized times. This is the news that impacts your world, one hearing at a time. Stay safe out there, especially with that winter weather heading your way. We'll see you in the next video with more breaking updates. Visca el Democracy, and stay tuned.